The following is a special presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Yeah, I'm on vacation and I'm still recording stuff anyway. But anyway, the Dave Gardner Project continues with Game 3 of this quarterfinal Stanley Cup series between the New York Islanders and the Chicago Blackhawks. My name is Ron Chuckett. Welcome to the program. If you caught Game 2 of the series that is tied at 1 game apiece now, you know that Clark Gillies was a bad boy for the New York Islanders. He speared somebody at the end of regulation time, and the Blackhawks had a 5-minute power play to start, or 4 minutes and 20-second power play to start overtime, which they scored, which evened this series at 1 game apiece. And the powers that be have sent Clark Gillies to the sin bin for Game 3. He will return for Game 4. Game 3 and 4 are going to be in Chicago. We used Strat PC Hockey for the first 2 on Long Island live. These next 2 games are going to be on tape in Chicago and are going to be using Action PC. So the computer is going to set the lines. I'm going to make the decisions for Chicago, but the computer is going to change everything up and all that. So 1 game apiece. The Islanders won Game 1 4-1. Chicago, that thriller in overtime to win, I believe, 3-2. And now it's Game 3 between the Islanders and the Blackhawks. Next, as Retro Sports Network presents the Dave Gardner Project, because he can read your mind. 77-78 Stanley Cup quarterfinal action is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. So some configurations of the lines here compared to what we had in Stratomat and the 2 games that we used Stratomatic for. Islanders will start Brian Trottier at center, Mike Bossy on the left, and Mike Kaczynski on the right. Bossy did not get a point in the 2 games in New York, and Trot's one of the best passing centers this side of Wayne Gretzky. Denny Potvin is on the lefty, not Jerry Hart. The computer goes with Dave Lewis on the right. Chico Resch in the net, as he will be in all possible 7 games there. He was their number 1 goalie that season. Ivan Boldareff with Bully and Stan Mikita on the wings. Mikita was a center, I believe, in the Strat PC. Doug Wilson and Dale Talon on the D. I love Dale's hair. Don't you? Tony Esposito in the net. That's an ancient picture of Tony. And that is the starting lineups. So Trottier and Boldarev out for the face-off at center ice. And the face-off is going to be won by Trottier. Up to Bossy. Plays it into space. Esposito dumps it back out to Wilson, and that's how this one starts. Computer's running the lines. Bully over the line to Doug Wilson from the left side. First shot of the game, blocked by Trottier. Bossy has it. Over to Potvin. Now Lewis. Over to Bossy in the Chicago zone. Slapper for Bossy. Winds and fires. That is wide to the left and off the board and controlled by Dale Talon. Here come the Hawks. Bully. Boldarev over the line. Back to Bully. Left side. Winds and deals. He shoots. And that one was a touch. No, it was wide left. Denny Potvin's got it. And we're going to have some changes. It'll be Mulvey, Darcy, Rhoda, and Bordelot, the forwards for Chicago, with Murray and Russell. Denny Potvin, as the Islanders will change. Stefan Persson over to Bob Bourne. To J.P. Parise. He overskates the puck out to Mulvey. 2 minutes in, no score. Bordelot to Mulvey. Bordelot back to Mulvey. Murray behind, from the blue line. We're going to take a heavy slapper on Resch. Skates to the right. Winds and deals. Rebound, Chico. Got a stick on it. The rebound controlled by Bordelot. Bordelot. Rebound shot. Horribly wide to the right. And Parise has it for the Islanders. Down to Bourne. Bourne in the zone for Hart. Bourne just got level. No one saw it. Hart to Bourne. Point-blank range on Esposito, and Tony makes the save. Over to Murray. Line changes coming for everybody. Shots one apiece. Murray to O'Connell, dumps it around. They fight for it along the boards. Carroll comes in, and it's offside. So the fourth line coming in. We said Ivan Boldarev. Bob Kelly, looks like a happy guy, doesn't he? Pierre Plante. Mike O'Connell. And Keith Magnuson on D. For the Islanders, Wayne Merrick, Mike Bossy, and Gary Howard. Bert Marshall and Eddie Westfall is on D. Face off just outside the Islander zone. Merrick wins it, skates it away. Howard dumps it around for Bossy. Bossy down to Merrick, back to Bossy. Bossy gets around Kelly. Shot will be wide, and Esposito gets the glove up. And some pushing and shoving after the whistle, and we'll get another face-off. This one in the Islander zone, or the Blackhawks zone. Dangle and Harris on the face-off. Bossy out there with Lauren Henning. Nice hair, Lauren. Pat Price and Denny Potvin. Elaine Daigle, John Marks, and Cliff Carroll on the face-off. Marks will take it instead, and Marks wins the face-off. Carroll carries it out over the line to Daigle. Daigle, slap shot. Chico makes the save and gives it to Potvin. Potvin clears it to center, but only to Daigle, and Chicago will dump and chase. Marks dumps it around for Daigle. Daigle to Carroll. They lose the puck. Pat Price has it the other way for the Islanders. Both teams change. Potvin over to Parise. Back to Potvin. Denny Potvin, blue line special. He's going to take a heavy slapper. He shoots. Nystrom deflects it wide of the net. And Boldarev will leave it for Murray. 14-12, no score, first period. Boldarev around the corner. Denny Potvin will get it. There's going to be a penalty.
And penalty to Pat Price. 2 minutes for hooking. Time of the penalty, 6 minutes 4 seconds.
Well, Price got called for a hook away from the puck, and the Hawks are going to go on the power play for the first time. It'll be Mulvey out there versus Henning. Marks and Bordelot. Here's JP. Westfall and Henning, the forwards. Lewis and Hart, the defensemen. Doug Wilson. And just love that hair on Dale Talon, don't you? So Mulvey and Henning on the face-off. It is won by Ted Mulvey over to Talon. Talon walks it up. Right circle. Fires. Bordelot deflects it wide. And it's controlled by Dale Talon. Talon. Cross-ice pass to Doug Wilson. Wilson. Slapper. Bordelot deflects it. And it goes wide. Jerry Hart will try and clear for the Islanders. Hart flips it all the way out. Down the other end for Marks. And with a minute to go in the power play, the Hawks will regroup. They've had 2 shots on the power play. Wilson to Marks. Hit by Hart. Now got past Hart. Now Marks has a bounce over a stick. Henning 2-on-1 short-handed with Westfall. Back to Henning. Short-handed bid for Henning. Oh, he misses that one. Goodness gracious, wide right. Wilson clears it all the way down for Lewis. Lewis sends it back down. Power play was a disaster for the Hawks. They almost got caught with their pants down. It'll be O'Connell with the puck. 11:56 to go. Boldarev as the Hawks change. Kelly to Plante. Plante, right side. That misses wide to the right. Off target. Puck is loose, controlled by Price. Now to Bossy, over to Howard. Denny Potvin in the zone. He shoots another one that's horribly wide. Boldarev. Howard with the check. Islanders have it at center. Parise. 10:45 to go, no score. Both teams change up. Parise to Bob Bourne. Now Jerry Hart hit by Stosh. Ooh, gotta be a nickname. They'll change up. O'Connell has it behind his own net. Daigle hit by Bourne. Islanders in the zone of Bourne. Parise behind the net. DeBourne between the dots, winds and fires. Dale Talon gets the block on it. Over the glass and out of play. 9:42 to go in the first period. No score. So Billy Harris out there with Kaziski and Henning. Mulvey, Darcy, Rhoda. And Bordelot with Magnuson and O'Connell. I'll show you Jerry Hart and Stefan Persson. Mulvey and Harris in front of Esposito. Won by the Hawks. O'Connell dumps it around for an icing call, and we'll do that all over again. Harris and Mulvey in the zone. Chicago wins it. Rhoda over the line to Bordelot. Bordelot behind the net. He's going to have Mulvey open in the slot. If he can find him, he does. Mulvey, one-timer, wide left. My goodness gracious. Kaziski has it for the Islanders. 8.5 to go in the first period. Merrick after a line change to Howard. Jerry Howard from the left side. Esposito got a piece of that with the pad over to Marks, and the Hawks will clear it. Bolderev dumps it around for Makita. Back to Russell. Tees it up. Blocked by Marshall. Bert Marshall to Westfall. Over to Parise. Out of Nystrom. Hit by Russell. Hawks have it behind the net. 7:09 to go. They'll change their defensive pair. Bolderev to Makita. Makita dumps it around. They fight for it. Bully back to Bolderev. Now Bolderev. 80 points on the year. He's going to penetrate on Pat Price. And he loses the puck. Potvin with a check. Here come the Islanders. The other way, Parise and Potvin. Parise, 2-on-1. Poor Magnuson's there. Parise, save! Oh, Esposito with a kick save in the boot. O'Connell's got it. Hawks will change forward. 6:16 to go in the first period. O'Connell hit by Billy Harris. Islanders have it at center. Bossy to Harris over the line to Bert Marshall to Eddie Westfall. They play tic-tac-toe. Westfall back to Bossy. Bossy looks for Marshall. Marshall is hoping for a deflection here, and he puts the shot on Esposito, and that's a glove save. So 5-2, the shots in favor of the Islanders, but no score. 4:46 to go, first period. So Mulvey and Bourne on the face-off. Bordelot and Rhoda out there with Mulvey. Nystrom and Parise out there with Bourne. Face-off to the right of Esposito. Won by Bob Bourne. Bourne hit by Mulvey. Here come the Hawks. They'll try to be aggressive. Talon into the zone. Mulvey to Bordelot. Back to Talon. Has Mulvey open in the center. If he can find him, that's a long pass. Mulvey's got it. Bourne with the shadow. Ted Mulvey shoots wide right. Wide right. Down to Hart. As the Islanders take over the other way. Both teams change. Harris clears it to center. Only to Makita. Back to Bully. Bully. Left side by the face-off off. Winds and fires, and Chico makes the save. Sends it out to Dave Lewis, and the Islanders will start the other way. 3 minutes to go. First period. No score. Kaziski to Henning. Over to Potvin. Over the line. Harris loses it up. Bolderev on, but 2-on-1 the other way with Stan Makita. Just Pat Price there. Makita to Bolderev. Bolderev 1-on-1. Scores!
Chicago goal scored by Ivan Bolderev, his first of the season, assisted by number 21, Stan Makita. Time of the goal 17 minutes 38 seconds.
Well, Russell's hurt, by the way, and so they're down a defenseman. He grabbed his hammy as he left the ice, but back to the goal. It was a 2-on-1 rush on Pat Price. Makita found Bolderev, and Bolderev beat Chico stick side low, and so it's 1-0 Hawks with 2:22 to go in the first. This series is tied at 1. Merrick and Bolderev on the face-off. Won by Chicago. Bolderev dumps it around. They fight for it. Kelly. Bob Kelly He shoots, scores! On back-to-back shots!
Chicago goal scored by Bob Kelly, his first of the season, assisted by Ivan Boldyrev, time of the goal 18 minutes.
So Boldyrev just kind of tucked it out there for Bob Kelly. He one-timed it and over the shoulder of Chico Resch. And it's 2-0 Chicago with 2 minutes to go in the first period. So Boldyrev with 2 points. Bourne and Mulvey out for the face-off. The Islanders are stunned. Absolutely stunned. Bourne wins it. Parise hit by Talon. Here come the Hawks at center. Mulvey dumps it around for Jerry Hart. Islanders will move it around the other way. Minute 17 to go in the first period. Westfall. Saucer pass to Merrick towards Howitt. Jerry Howitt with Bossy in front gets the shot on the pads. Esposito saves it over to Bordelot. Hawks will change. 57 seconds to go in the period. Plot to Murray. Back over to Kelly has got a goal. Dumps it around. Boldyrev. They play tic-tac-toe. Now Kelly behind the net. Cross ice pass to Plot in the slot. Plot. He shoots. Chico will make that save and freezes the puck with 19.2 to go in the opening period. So Harris and Daigle on the face-off as the Hawks, a surprising 2-0 lead. Shot 6 aside. Daigle hopes to draw it back to set up a shot. Harris kicks it out, won by the Islanders. 10 seconds to go. Westfall over the line as the period ends. As this place is stunned, or I'm stunned anyway. It's the Blackhawks 2, the Islanders nothing. Shot 6 aside. Islanders 7 scoring chances to 2. And the Hawks 0 for 1 on the power play. So the goals, both even strength and both 22 seconds apart. Boldyrev from Makita. And then following the face-off on the Boldyrev goal, Kelly with a one-timer from Boldyrev to make it 2-0. Face-offs are even, 5 aside. Hits are even, 4 aside. Shot attempts 15-11 in favor of Chicago. And what can you say? So the Islanders have their work cut out for them here. In Game 3, they trail 2-0. So Trottier, who only played 3 minutes, it's interesting, the computer running the Islanders. Bossy was out there 8 minutes, Kaczynski out there for 5. Boldyrev played 9 minutes in the first period. Bully and Makita out there. Wilson and Talon, well, the starters are out there. Trotz and Boldyrev to start the period. Trottier wins the face-off. Lewis dumps it around, but loses it to Talon. Chicago will play dump and chase. Plays it to space. Bully gets it. Over to Boldyrev. Ivan, right side. Bully will tip it wide right. Kaczynski down to Bossy. It's breaking out. Potvin hit by Boldyrev. Chicago's guy at center. It'll be Darcy Rhoda. And Chicago will try to skate it in the zone. Both teams change. Mulvey to Bordelot. Bounces over his stick. Now Howard for the Islanders. Back down the ice. Over to Bossy. Delayed penalty call. Bossy mishandles it. And it's the first power play for New York.
Chicago penalty to Grant Mulvey. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 1 minute 53 seconds.
Got a bit high on Bossy there, and so the Islanders get their first power play of the game. 18:07 to go in the second period. It'll be Marks and Plot on defense for Chicago with O'Connell and Murray. Bourne, Parise, and Kaczynski, the forwards for the Islanders. Westfall and Jerry Hart will patrol the blue lines. Shots 6 aside. Marks and Bourne in the face-off. Bourne wins it. Over to Kaczynski behind the net. Parise. Right side. Shoots. Espo gives up the rebound. Controlled by Kaczynski. Now Bourne. Kaczynski behind the net. He's going to wrap it around at least. Long shot left side. Parise in front. Espo gives up the stick rebound. controlled by Kaczynski behind the net, over to Bourne. Bourne left side, and that missed wide left, and controlled by Bourne. Islanders keep it in, over to Jerry Hart. Hart fires one on the net. Espo gets a piece of it. Rebound loose in front, controlled by Westfall. Westfall, long shot, right side from the dot, is blocked by Plot, and controlled by O'Connell, and the Hawks will ice it. Now Islanders change. Trottier moves it ahead, back to Bossy, back to Trottier. Bossy loses the puck, and that's the power play. So the Islanders get 3 shots and can't do anything with it. Dale Talon behind his net. Hit to Daigle, hit by Nystrom. Islanders have it at center. Bossy. 15:38 to go in the second period. 2-0 Chicago. Islanders dump it around. They change. Controlled by Magnuson. As the Hawks will change forward lines. Talon hit by Nystrom. Islanders at center. It's Bert Marshall. 14:48 to go. Second period. 2-0 Hawks. Harris dumps it around. They fight for it. Henning's got it to Westfall. Chips it out to Eddie. Between the dots. And that is on target. And Esposito will take it for a face-off. 14:17 to go. Second period. It's the Hawks 2. The Islanders nothing. This is the Dave Gardner Project, the 77-78 Stanley Cup Playoffs on Retro Sports Network. So Bourne and Mulvey. Grant Mulvey. Nice 70s look to him. And Bob Bourne on the face-off in the Hawk zone. Mulvey with Rhoda and Bordelot. Wilson and Talon on defense. Face-off is won by Mulvey. Gives it over to Talon. 3-on-2 the other way. Mulvey to Wilson. One-timer for Wilson, and that misses wide right. Potvin the other way. Denny sets up the rush for the Islanders. Both teams change. Bossy gets it around O'Connell. Bossy, though, hit by Murray. Turns it over. Controlled by the Hawks. Darcy Rhoda. 13:22 to go. O'Connell to Mulvey up. Dumps it around for Rhoda. To Murray. Back to Bordelot on the right wing. Bordelot overskates the puck, and we got a fight. That's not a surprise. Howitt and Mulvey go at it.
New York eye penalty to Gary Howitt. 5 minutes for fighting. Plus 10 minutes misconduct. Chicago penalty to Grant Mulvey. 5 minutes for fighting.
Well, you saw that one coming. Howitt dropped the gloves. Couldn't really get a punch through. Mulvey looks like he just came out of the locker room himself. So Howitt gets 10 minutes for instigating, and they both get 5 minutes for fighting. So Trottier and Boldarev, as the Hawks, 13:05 to go in the second period, a 2-0 lead. Shots 10-6 in favor of the Islanders. In the New York zone, it'll be won by Trottier. Steers it in the Hawk zone. Kaczynski over to Harris. Billy Harris winds and fires, and that misses wide to the right. Down to Talon. 23 seconds gone in the matching fight. Boldarev over the line. Boldarev, he can find Wilson on the left for an outside blue line shot. Wilson skates in. Boldarev still behind the net. Carroll tries to tip it. That is deflected wide of the net, and Stefan Persson will clear. 12:01 to go in the second period. Both teams change. Parise hit by O'Connell. Chicago's got it at center. O'Connell will dump it in. And they give up possession. Here's Bert Marshall. 11:20 to go, second period. Bossy starts the rush. They dump it around for Henning. Henning to Bossy. Bossy's been shut down the first 2 games from the right side, and Esposito saw that one all the way. Gives it up for Wilson behind the net. Then the Hawks will change their defenders. 10:43 to go in the second. Kelly moves it up to Murray. Back to Plot, right side. Top of the dot, top of the circle, blocked by Bourne. Over to Lewis, and the Islanders will skate it back the other way. Both teams change. Harris into the zone. Esposito leaves the net, gives it to Talon. Now over to Rhoda the other way. Harris knocks off Wilson, and the Islanders will start this rush. 9:20, second period. 2-0 Blackhawks. Bossy moves it around all the way down, and that's an icing called And so the Islanders are really not getting a lot of opportunities here. The Hawks got those 2 goals back-to-back, and that was it. So Kelly, Makita, and Plant with Magnuson and Talon on defense. Bourne, Parise, and Nystrom with Lewis and Potvin on defense. Makita will draw this one back in the zone for the Hawks. They win it over to Kelly. Kelly behind the net. He's got Plant in the slot if you can find him. He does. Tough shot blocked by Nystrom. Bobby leaves it for Parise and Bourne, and the fighting majors are almost done. Kaziski down to Trottier. One-timer for Trotz, and that misses wide to the right and over the glass. So 2 seconds left in the majors to Howitt and Mulvey. Trotz and Boldarev on the face-off. 11-6 the shots for the Islanders. Chicago wins it. Penalties are over. Boldarev hit by Kaziski. The Islanders now have it. Trottier behind the net. Trottier skates around. Trottier is going to take his own shot. Winds and fires and right in the waiting arms of Tony Esposito. And that will freeze the puck. Now Howitt has a 10-minute misconduct to serve. Merrick and Mulvey on his face-off in front of Esposito in the Chicago zone. 7:18 to go, second period. Won by Merrick over to Bossy. Bossy behind the net to Westfall. Eddie Westfall's going to break his stick here. He shoots it wide left. And Bordelot to Wilson. Both teams change. Bordelot gains the New York zone, but he is offside. 6:08 to go in the second period. The Islanders have held the Hawks to 1 shot in the period, but they still trail 2-0. Trottier and Daigle on the face-off. Won by Trotz. Over the ice. Into the zone. Harris. Slapper left side top of the circle. And Esposito gets a glove on it and puts it down. So the Islanders trying to open up the offense here and get one of those 2 back. Bourne and Boldarev on the face-off. Kelly and Plant with Boldarev. Nystrom and Parise out there with Bourne. Face-off was won by Boldarev. Kelly can't control it. Islanders have it at center. Person. Both teams change. Bossy dumps it around for Henning. Back to Stefan Person. Bossy, he's not had a good series. He didn't score in New York, and he turned the puck over this time. Magnuson will have it. Last 5 minutes of the second period. Rhoda into the Islanders zone. Darcy Rhoda behind the net. Grant Mulvey's there. Can he find him? Yeah, point-blank range on Chico. Mulvey shoots. Chico save and a hold. So Chico does his job. And it'll be Daigle and Trotz in the Islanders zone. 13-7 the shots in favor of New York. Marks, Daigle, and Carolla out there with Wilson and Magnuson. Daigle and Trottier on the face-off. It is won by Daigle. Daigle behind the net. Passes to the blue line for Wilson. Wilson gets through traffic. He's got some help. Marks in front to screen a shot. He shoots. Resch with the rebound and out of play. So we'll do it again. So this time it's Mulvey and Merrick. 5:24 left on the misconduct of Howard. Rhoda and Bordelot for the Hawks. Henning and Bossy. He's had 2 shots, but had a bunch of turnovers. Mulvey hopes to draw it back. Face-off is won by Chicago. Bordelot to Magnuson to Mulvey. Now Bordelot behind the net. Mulvey hanging around down the right side along the half wall. Mulvey will shoot. Westfall with a good block, and he blocks it out of play. 2:38 to go now in the period. Bourne and Boldarev on the face-off. Ivan's got 2 points, a goal and an assist. Hopes to draw it back. Tied up, won by the Islanders. Parise dumps it in the Chicago zone to Bobby Nystrom. Nystrom to Parise. He'll lose the puck. The Islanders have lost a ton of pucks. Bully. Bully. As both teams change. Boldarev at the point. Boldarev between the dots. Winds and fires, and Chico saw that one all the way. Got it with a pad. Puck is loose. Kaczynski and Mikita fight for it. Won by Kaczynski. Back to Person. Islanders start the next rush, a minute 45 to go. Harris clears it, but only to center. Boldarev has it for the Hawks. Chicago changes. Kelly at the right point. Kelly already has one goal. Slap shot blocked by Trottier. Bounces to center, back to Kelly, and they'll skate it all the way back down. A minute 6 to go in the second period. 2-0 Chicago. Series tied at 1. Boldarev starts the rush. They clear it to center, and Bourne takes it away. 50 seconds to go. Both teams change. Bourne dumps it around. Parise has it to Westfall. And Parise loses it. Again, the Islanders making a lot of turnovers. Mulvey, half a minute to go. Bordelot. They'll skate it in. 14 seconds to go. Over the line. Bordelot has the puck. And try for Darcy Rhoda, and I think he's going to get the shot. 2 seconds to go. Rhoda. One-timer misses everything, and that will take care of the period. Well, the Islanders played tight defense. They held the Hawks to 3 shots. The Islanders put up 7. Scoring chances 5-2. The Islanders blocked 4 shots. But the scoreboard remains the same after 40 minutes here at Chicago Stadium. It's the Hawks 2, the Islanders nothing. So no goals in the period. Mulvey with a cross-check of Bossy at 1:53. And then the Howitt-Mulvey fight. So Mulvey has 7 penalty minutes, and Howitt will come out in 2 minutes after his 15. Shots on goal is 13-9. Been a very tight game. Face-off wins 11-11. Hits 8-7 in favor of the Islanders. They blocked 6 shots to 2. The Hawks have had more shot attempts, and the Islanders have had 12 scoring chances and nothing to show for it. The Islanders have given away the puck a bunch. Bossy twice, Parise 3 times. Trotz has taken 2 pucks away and had a block shot. The Hawks have only given it away 4 times. Bordelot twice. Plant and Talon with the takeaways. And we showed you the team totals already. So there we go. So time for the third period. As we said, shots 13-9 in favor of the Islanders, but the Hawks looking to take a 2-1 lead in this series. Lead at 2-0. Trottier and Boldarev on the face-off at center ice. It is won by Chicago. But Bully's got a hit by Bossy. Islanders need something to eat it now. Potvin over the line to Bossy. Now Potvin. Kaczynski, right wing. He shoots, and Esposito will hold on. He caught it right out of the air in a glove save. The good news, if you're an Islander fan, is that they'll get Clark Gillies back for Game 4. But if things hold the way they are, we'll be back. If the Islanders have their way, we'll be back here for Game 6. Dangle and Trotz on the face-off. Dangle and Trottier wins it in the Chicago zone. Person to Trottier. Now Bossy behind the net. Bossy skates it around. Flings it at the net. Good shot. Esposito with a good save. Up over the middle. Gives it to Murray. Minute 13 gone in the third period. Dangle dumps it around for Carroll. Marks. Stolen by Bossy. Now Henning at center. Can the Islanders skate it in? They can. Bossy to Merritt. Back to Person. Bossy. Wrister blocked by O'Connell. Marks. Now Mikita. Boldarev the other way. He's had a big game. Islanders have it. Parise with a steal. Nystrom hit by O'Connell. They'll exchange hits, and it will be Talon. Talon will dump it around. 17:02 to go in the third period. Mulvey battles for it. One by Potvin. Islanders need something to happen. Marshall overskates it. Chicago has it in the zone. Bordelot behind the net. Long pass across ice to Doug Wilson. Is Rister. Rebound by Resch off a pad. The rebound is controlled by Mulvey behind the net. Mulvey will wrap it around. Mulvey. Chico with a save. He is the man. Dumps it from Westfall. And back come the Islanders. Both teams change. Bossy can't make it. Bossy's had a lot of ice time and has not played well. Bully will try to skate it in. Murray hit by Trottier. Here come the Islanders at center. Person to Trotz. Plays it around for Kaczynski. Over to Harris. Billy Harris. Left circle. Slapper. And Esposito hit it with a pad. The rebound is loose. Controlled by Trottier. Trottier. Same spot. Murray with a block. Didn't make it through. Bully. And the Hawks will change. 13.5 to go in the third period. Marks to Carroll in the Islander zone. Right circle. Carroll. Daigle scores! He deflects it in from Carroll, and it's 3-0.
Chicago goal scored by Elaine Daigle, his first of the season, assisted by Cliff Corral, and by Doug Wilson. Time of the goal 6 minutes 52 seconds.
Corral was looking for the shot. Daigle just tipped it. Resch went one way, the puck went the other, and Daigle gets his first of this game from Carroll and Wilson. And so the Hawks lead at 3-0 with 13:08 to go. You know Atlanta leads their series 2-1 over Philadelphia. Well. Trottier and Mulvey out for the face-off. One by Trotz. Over to Kaczynski. To Trottier. Bossy. He's had 3 shots. One a stinger. He'll shoot. That's wide. It's also blocked by Bordelot. Mulvey. Chicago. 12.5 to go. Parise the other way. Dumps it around. Esposito takes his time. Gives it to O'Connell. Hawks will change. 11:44 to go in the third. Wilson. Now to Talon. Daigle, the goal. Talon. Blue line. Will shoot. Talon fires. Chico gives up the pad save. Rebound controlled by Carroll. Skates it behind the net. Cross ice pass to Doug Wilson. Hit by Bourne before he could do that, and the Islanders have it. 10:49 to go. Both teams change. Pat Price to Kaczynski, who's hit by Bordelot. In the zone. Bordelot behind the net. Over to Darcy Rhoda. Rhoda shoots. Resch makes the save. Trottier has it. Clears it to center. And from there, the Hawks have it. 9:45 to go. Well, they will play. Glad to be playing dump and chase. Boldarev in trouble. Dumps it around. Chico plays it for Bert Marshall. Marshall to Bossy. Hit by Plant. Here come the Hawks. Wilson has it in the zone. Now Magnuson. He's going to try a slapper. He winds and fires. And Resch will make the save. Gary Howard can come back in now. Hawks defense is tired. 8:26 to go. 16-15. The shots in favor of the Islanders. Stan Mikita against Billy Harris here on the faceoff. Mikita hopes to draw it back. One more goal would be it. Harris wins the faceoff. Now Westfall along the wall to Hart. Dumps it around for Harris. Billy Harris. Between the dots, that is shot wide right. That misses. Now to Plant. 8:04 to go. Hawks will take their time. Plant loses it. Islanders have it at center. Kaczynski. Trying to get something going. Bossy over the line to Kaczynski. Right wing side. That misses horribly wide to the right. Bordelot. 7:05 to go. Chicago feeling it. Both teams change. Bordelot to Mulvey. Clears it all the way down, and that's an icing call. 6:37 to go. It is 3-0 Chicago. So Boldarev and Billy Harris on the face-off in the Hawk zone. Won by Boldarev. Mikita hit by Henning. Islanders have it. Lewis to Harris. Now Potvin, he can shoot. Potvin slaps one. Skates in left wing side. He fires, scores! Denny Potvin with a slapper, and Espo never saw that one.
New York a goal scored by number 5, Dennis Potvin, his first of the season, assisted by Billy Harris, and by Dave Lewis. Time of the goal 14 minutes 6 seconds.
Potvin, who can actually, is one of the better scoring defensemen in the NHL, a slapper. He got the pass from Harris and one-timed it, and Esposito just never saw it. Just absolutely never saw it. So the Islanders now need 5:54 to go. Daigle and Bourne on the face-off. Hawks would love another goal. They win the face-off. Carroll plays it off the glass all the way down. 5:27. Islanders will start this rush. 17-15. Shots in favor of New York. Both teams change. Bossy over center. He fires a rocket, but that is wide to the right and over the glass. And so it'll be Mulvey versus Merrick. 5:04 to go. Face-off in the Hawk zone. 3-1 Chicago. The series is tied at a game apiece. Merrick and Mulvey. Merrick wins the face-off for the Islanders. Potvin already has one tally. Winds and fires, and that one will miss to the right. Off the glass. Controlled by O'Connell. 4:38. Hawks looking to slow down. Bordeleau hit around Potvin. Harris with the steal. Odd man rush. 3-on-1. Harris waits. Gains speed to Lauren Henning to Potvin. Potvin 1-on-1. Oh, he missed it left. Oh, he went wide. He got too cute. 3:46 to go. O'Connell starts the rush. Marks over the line. Marks. Slap shot. Resch with the save. Got a pad on it over to Hart. Now Parise offside. 3:01 to go. Face off between Merrick and Boldarev is just going to be outside of the Chicago zone. Hawks have played a beauty tonight. Face off won by the Islanders. Merrick down the wall will dump it in. Westfall. Eddie has it. Over to Bossy behind the net. Back to Westfall. Tic-tac-toe. Heavy slapper. Esposito got a piece of it with the stick. Bounces away to Bossy. Bossy behind the net. Bossy on a wraparound. Bossy. Save Espo. He got a piece of it over to Mikito. 1:43 to go. And the Hawks think they're going to win this game. Talon to Magnuson at center. Over to Marks. 90 seconds to go. Dump and chase. Carroll dumps it around. They give up possession. Chico will leave the game. 6 skaters on for the Islanders. 1:24 to go. Hart trots the extra skater. Over to Parise. Finds Harris at center. Harris over the line. Barely onside. Harris behind the net. Harris going to shoot. He does. Esposito with a minute to go. Gives up the rebound. Controlled by Trottier. Harris is level. No call. Trots. 55 seconds. Harris behind the net to Hart. Hart is getting pressured. He's got to get rid of it. Talon with the block. 45 seconds. Magnuson clears it to center. Now Nystrom. 43 seconds. 3-1 Chicago. Nystrom over the line to Bourne. Bourne behind the net. Over to Nystrom. Nystrom looking for someone to find. Hit by Murray. Chicago will try to shoot this. Rhoda. Does it blocked by Bourne in the dying seconds. The puck is loose. It's Bourne. And that's it. That's it. The Hawks have pulled the stunner. And they now lead this best of 7 series 2-1. As they've beaten the Islanders 3-1. So shots in the period, 7 aside in the period. The Islanders had all sorts of scoring chances, but couldn't do anything with it, except for the one goal. So So here the team took, well, first of all, the scoring. 2 goals in the period. Daigle made it 3-0 at 6:52 from Carroll and Wilson. And then Denny Potvin gave the Islanders a prayer when he just rolled his shot over the shoulder of Tony Esposito from Harris and Lewis. So the shots 2016, a low shooting game in favor of the Islanders. Face-off 16-14 in favor of New York. 13-11 the hits, 7-6 the blocks, 13-11 missed shots. Islanders had 21 scoring chances and converted 1. 3 stars tonight. Boldarev, a goal and assist, is your number 1 star. Kelly, who had the big goal in the first period to make it 2-0, is your 2nd star. And Daigle, the one that got away, that put the game out of reach, rather, is your number 3 star. So Chico, not a great night, although he'll get the call in Game 4. And Esposito, 20 shots, 19 saves. The Islanders just gave the puck away too many times. They turned it over 8 times. Bossy had 22 minutes and 48 seconds and was a -2. So not a good effort for New York, but they do get Clark Gillies back for Game 4. And trust me, they're going to need him. For the Hawks, Boldarev, a goal and an assist, and they're halfway to the semifinals. So that'll do it. My name is Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. We'll have Game 4 for you in a couple days. The final here from the stadium, Chicago 3, New York 1. So long, everybody.